Welcome to Lesson 2.15 about securities laws, also known as How to Raise Money Without Going to Jail. Remember the movie Wall Street? While Michael Douglas and Charlie Sheen were making mega millions, they were surrounded by hot women and fast cars. Or was it the reverse? Living the exciting securities fraud life sure seemed glamorous. Actually, most securities fraud isn't as exciting as Hollywood portrays it. Most people actually back into securities fraud little by little as they make compromises and take shortcuts to save their failing businesses. If you're planning to go the Michael Douglas, Charlie Sheen route, this lesson won't help you very much. If, however, you'd like to learn how to avoid sliding down the slippery slope that leads many people into violating securities laws, we'll teach you the fundamentals of ethical and legal capital raising. Let's start by talking about a real-life situation that illustrates how even smart and ethical people often rationalize the decisions that lead to securities fraud. Here's what happened when I was counseling a client's new CEO. The CEO thought he was taking command of a public company with endless potential. Soon after he arrived, however, he found it was a mess. He was now in charge of a troubled company that had many problems. He felt like he was a victim because the board of directors recruited him with an inaccurate picture before he stepped aboard a floundering ship. Warning: if you feel like you've been unfairly victimized, it's a warning sign that you might be tempted to commit securities fraud. If everyone lied to you, then what's wrong with bending the truth a little to get out of an unfair situation that wasn't your fault? This CEO was also a high performer. He had always had a great business track record. He was a great problem solver. Failure just was not in his vocabulary. Watch out if this sounds like you. A high performer trying to avoid failure is a primary reason some people cook the books. The CEO's proposed solution to his new predicament was to tell investors the same story that the board of directors told him about the company's future. Then he planned to work like a crazy person to try to make it all happen. Well, what's wrong with that? If we succeed, no one will ever know, right? When you're in this mode, pray that you can find a way to scramble back to reality and avoid becoming the Darth Vader trapped by the dark side of the Force. Start by understanding that the truth almost always comes out. It's just a matter of when, not if. When I told the CEO this, he said something like, "This is ambiguous. How will anyone ever know?" He was a bit stunned when I told him, "They'll know because you'll tell them." His reaction was, "Why would I tell anyone I committed securities fraud?" Showing's always better than telling, so I asked the CEO to raise his right hand and swear to tell the truth, like he was in court on a witness stand. I then played prosecutor, and he played witness. It took less than 10 pointed questions before the CEO had spilled the beans about his plot to hide the company's problems. When we got past the CEO's delusion that he could hide the company's problems, we started talking about something more productive. How do we disclose the problems and explain the company's strategy for resolving these problems? What lessons should you take away from this story? The first is the truth will set you free, but only if you tell the truth before you sell securities. The truth will eventually come out. So get on the side that helps the truth come out, because the truth will put you in jail if you wait too long to tell the truth. So this lesson is about how you, 1, tell the truth, 2, tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Tell the truth at the right time, and tell the truth in an artful way that also helps you achieve your objectives, if your objectives are reasonable in light of reality. Recognize that when your objectives come into conflict with the truth, it's better to change your objectives than to change the truth. Now let's talk about some specific securities rules and how they affect your capital raising activities in light of the aggrieved CEO story I've just told you.